What's up, guys? I just wanted to come on here to make a short video because I want to record one video a day. And today's topic will be about college. And I have a lot of opinions on college, especially if you're an entrepreneur or just have visions of being someone bigger in life, like having your own company or being rich. I think college is a scam. College teaches you how to be a slave in the system, how to raise your hand when you want to be excused to do something, or just in general, they want to set you up to become the workers of society. But me personally, I want to become someone bigger and better in life. I want to become obviously successful with my trading, but I also want to own businesses later in the future that will set up my life forever and my kids will could run that and stuff. That's like what I'm thinking long term. So, why is college a scam though? So, basically, every single year there's more college degrees being pumped out, and if you could see the cost of it, tuition is going up as well, which is kind of interesting. How is there more degrees coming out, but it costs more expense? It's more expensive, and now usually if something goes up in price, that means it's more scarce, right? But there's more degrees getting pumped out, more competition for jobs. Therefore, it's kind of the opposite. It's kind of like double inflation, if you know what I mean. So there's like that part of it where the college degree is losing its value over time because it's not scarce anymore. It's not, everyone has it now. So, how are people like me and you, how are we going to stand out? And that is to learn a skill. Learn a very high leverage skill. For me is trading, but for you or anyone else, it could be running ads or drop shipping, whatever, like sales or like some physical business. But in my opinion, I think those are way more valuable than a college degree because when you go to college, you usually, well, yeah, you have to take out loans, right? To pay off those college debt if you don't have scholarship. So you're going to be in debt, right? And then when you go out of college, you're going to be you're not going to have the best jobs, right? You're going to be working minimum wage. Most of the time, less than 20 bucks an hour as your first job because jobs are getting replaced by AI. We are getting replaced or not we, but the entry level jobs that would be the people that just got out of college are getting replaced by people who have experience and or AI. So those new people they're getting scammed out of or not scammed out of a job, but they're being left with no job and that comes in for them to they have to pay off their college, right? So then they're going to be in debt, right? They're going to be living poor conditions, right? Because you have to pay off your student loans and you're not getting a high salary. So, how can we avoid all of this in general? In my opinion, learn the high value skill. That is infinitely scalable, and that's better, in my opinion, paying a tuition for your future in your business that's infinitely scalable, depending on what you do, compared to paying off your student loan debt and going to college and learning from people who are not where you want to be in life. For example, my brother, he's going to be going to Long Beach College for business major, I think. And business major, you're learning from a professor who did not make it in business. And if you see like what the car they're driving in, for example, is that what you want to be in when you're older? So you're learning from someone who didn't successfully run a business. So why are you learning from them? In my opinion, you should invest in a mentor. I invested in mentors for trading. They're like really good and they help me a lot with my trading. Um, Pay however much, which is definitely not near tuition costs in those debts and loans for a mentorship to learn a skill, and they literally are living proof of the skill, and they could teach you and guide you all the way, and you'll be seeing results faster than college, going to college for 4 years, graduating, you're like 22, and basically your life's over. I'm joking, but if we start now, right now, I'm 15, about to turn 16. I've been trading ever since I was 14. We're going to be ahead of the game, right? By the time we're going off to, or everyone else is going off to college, I'm going to be successful already. And I already know that. And I'm very glad, and I'm thankful to God to put me in a position where I'm aware of all the traps in society, where just societal norms, like going to college, right? I go to a school, especially where many people are locked in on school. So I'm in this program. It's basically just like an advanced program for like studies. You could take a lot of APs when you're older, like sophomore, junior. But this program is just made for people who want to go to like that good college, like UCLA or like a Harvard or like an MIT or something like that. So I'm in this program, and it's just making me realize how much like it's not for me. And I already kind of knew that. Kind of the reason why I'm going there still is because of my friends that I've been with since like middle school, and they all go to that program, and I can't really switch out of it because yeah, just a whole bunch of complicated stuff, but they're just all lost, I feel, in the college aspect, and it's kind of weird. Just I feel like I'm the only one who's kind of aware of the trap coming, because I've seen it with my brother. He wanted to, obviously, he said himself when he was a year younger than me. Well, so when he was 14, he was like, yeah, I don't want to go to college. So he was trying to do dropship organic, like on TikTok or something, right? And he didn't see results, of course, but I think if he stuck to it, he would have saw results. I think with him, he gives up too fast. And the thing in trading that I learned is that you don't lose until you quit. So you could be in debt, right? Thousands of dollars, kind of like the video I just made. But if you just don't quit trading, then you're gonna eventually see uh, progress, and you're gonna see results, and then you're gonna make it out. That's why that statistic of 99% of day traders is a scam in my, because all of them quit. None of them stuck with it, because if they didn't stick with it, they wouldn't be in that 99% of the statistic. So and he was like doing drop shipping, and then he quit because he didn't get any sales or whatever, and just shows like you gotta stay consistent. I think he doesn't show any heart, and I'm being respectful. I love him as my brother. I want him to succeed. Of course, I tried to put him on day trading, but he isn't like me. He doesn't want to take action. He isn't snappy like me, where I just want to like get shit done. With him, it's more like he's procrastinating, right? I tell him, I try to help him. I got him, but he doesn't take my advice. And he's like, back testing, right? Like he wouldn't floor test the markets. He just on FX replay, but that doesn't do shit, because obviously trading the live markets is way different than back testing, where you could pause it and go back in time and stuff, whatever. But I've told him about this day trading stuff, like probably when I started, so a year ago, and then I kept on telling him. He's like, oh, okay, I'll check it out. And then I tell him again. It's like, yeah, yeah, I'll do it. And then it just kept on going on and on until like about 3 months ago, he got really serious about it, because he's like, oh shit, I'm going to college next year, because he's 18. And yeah, and then now he's decided to go to college, funny enough. But 4 years ago, he said he didn't want to go to college at all. So he really wanted to start locking in on his day trading stuff, but he doesn't take action about it. And that's something that I see a lot. Some of my friends, they're focused on the wrong things. They're not. like for example, some people I know focused on video games, having fun, be like, oh, yeah, we're so young, we could live it up. But the more time you take away from these years where we have some type of time before real life kicks in, where you have rent to pay, bills to pay, fortunate enough, thankful to God that I'm raised by two loving parents who I live under a roof and they feed me well and they take care of me and love me, and I'm very grateful for that. And they're just not understanding that there's not enough time. So these years, right? I'm a freshman. These high school years are going to go by fast. I know it because I watched my brother go through high school really fast. He was a freshman like the other day, and then just I blink, he's going to be graduating and going to college. So I kept on telling him, if you go to college, you're not going to have enough time to start your house. I mean, obviously you can. You just don't have to pay attention to school, but I think he's just going to stop like his trading stuff and then just live the regular way, go to college, and I'm very fearful for that. I'm praying that he doesn't do it, but there's nothing I can do because I've tried my best to help him. And I know this is probably going to happen to some of my friends, and I'm going to have to cut some of them off because I have something different in mind, and my goals are just way different than all my peers because all of them are school oriented. Oh, let me take this AP class, let me take this extra class. But I'm like, bro, you're just gonna be the any other student out of college or out of high school, and then go to college. You're gonna be in debt if you don't have a scholarship, and then you're gonna be working at 9 to 5 and flipping the burgers. But if I get ahead of the curve, I will be basically way more successful when I'm 18, when they're about to graduate high school and they have like zero business stuff or zero skills that they've learned that could actually make them money or a solid skill set, which is pretty dangerous because I already know that my times is going to go by fast. And I'm thankful that I have two friends specifically. His name is Christopher, and then my second friend is Kai. They're also on this day trading journey with me, and I've known Chris for like since kindergarten, which is crazy. And Kai I met like 4 years ago, so it's been crazy. I just know we're gonna make it out. We're not gonna quit. We're gonna stick through it. And I think even like how I said I lost $2,000 in a month. I think that's way better than losing hundreds of thousands of dollars on student loan debt for college when I'm paying for an actual skill, and that 100K is just going to go into whatever education. But I think, me personally, we're fortunate enough that my uncle or my grandma paid for my brother's tuition, which is like 30K or something. I'm not sure, but which is crazy because we're so fortunate. They like invested back in the day and like put money in a college fund, which is absolutely crazy. And I have, to be transparent, I have the same thing. They had like an account and they also grew it out too. So whatever amount of money in there that's in there, I'll have access to it when I'm going to college. But in my head, I know that I'm not going to college. So that however amount of money that's I will receive when I'm older, I think it'll compound because it's in some type of growth account, but I won't be needing it as much as I do now, or because when I'm 17, 18, which is like 2, 3 years, I will be so much richer, or just not just the wealth, but it won't, I won't need it that much because I know I will succeed. And it's just a blessing though. I have loving family. Um, my grandparents, I love them. My uncle, my auntie, my little cousin, and Yeah. So college is a scam, and yeah, it's funny enough. I'm trying to like slowly convince my grandparents that I don't need college. Obviously, they are very college pro college, because they kind of started the fund for like to grow the money out, and they're just like very college pro college, obviously, because they're the older generation, but they're immigrants, first generation immigrants from Canada, so they're they just want to see like the best for me. But it what I've decided, like, I'm just gonna make so much money. I'm just gonna show them that I have a skill and I will be fine and I don't need to go to college. So that's my goal. I want to succeed in this trading stuff, not for anyone else, but for like my grandparents. If I'm gonna be honest, I know my parents are fine with me with this day trading stuff, because I told them I'm not going to college, and they're fine because they're actually pretty on the same level with me. They don't care about me going to college or not. And I told them explicitly I'm not going to college, and they support me because um I mean, they've seen a little success in my trading journey. Like, I made like 5K in payouts, but I told them explicitly I'm not going to college, and they're like, "Okay." Um they obviously they kind of are aware. They understand that there's no job opportunities after college, and it's just not like how it used to be. And I don't want to be a doctor or like anything like that, because that's just that's retarded if you want to be a doctor or like someone else, because you go to school for so long. But yeah, um, it's just gonna be hard convincing my grandparents, and like how I'm gonna say like I'm not going to college. It'll be cool maybe if I just like show them my payouts. But yeah, thank you guys for listening to me rant. I'm trying to talk more open to camera, because I need to practice my talking skills to just get better at talking. And there's no way better to do it than talking to no one. If you guys watch my videos, then I will be successful one day, but I'm gonna keep on talking on this mic and computer until I am. All right, thank you. Bye bye.